Aloha. Good evening. This is Andrew Aloha live out of Flagstaff, Arizona with Spiritualness Productions on Facebook Live. Tonight, I'm doing things a little bit differently, especially since I'm no longer doing blog talk radio shows. I decided it's time to shift gears. So there's other projects that I'm doing. Oops. Woo, woo, woo. What's out? There's other projects that I'm doing, and so I'm just going with the flow. You know, a long time ago, and I think I've already told you guys before, the big message, I was in an accident. I tripped off a roof and broke both my heels, and the big message was, go with the flow. No matter what you do, just go with the flow, and everything will be fine. So tonight, I'm doing two things in one. I'm killing two birds with one stone. I'm doing the annual Golden Age prediction show, and then I'm going to go over some other stuff, some other updates and stuff that I've been doing, mostly movies. I eventually, my intentions are to get involved with doing movies, producing movies, or documentaries or whatever. And in the meantime, I'm just laying low and watching all the movies that I think that are interesting, that would serve my purpose for whatever I got to do or want to do, and so forth. So anyhow, typically I do this show on Blog Talk Radio. I have been for the last several years, and typically I have 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've had as many as 5 or 6 people on here with me to do predictions. And so tonight I'm just going to do the predictions on my own, and I think you're going to find that there's some interesting stuff going on. First of all, Pluto, which is in Capricorn. Hang on, I believe it's in retrograde right now, but it's getting ready to go to. Oh yeah, is it? What? Hang on. Time out. Did I write this right? Time out. Let me see. Oh yeah, Pluto is direct right now in Capricorn. Oh. Okay. There's a couple of things going on right now. The planets that are really making a difference in our lives, I think one of them is probably Pluto, and then another one is Neptune, and the other one is Uranus. I think Uranus is probably the biggest one. Oh, and Saturn. Probably Uranus is the biggest one that's making things shift things around with all that rebellious energy going on and so forth. Now, Pluto has to do with transformation and transcendence. It's in Capricorn. It's been in Capricorn direct for several weeks, several months now, I believe, or has it been? At least several weeks. Let me see. Back in September, the very first, the 1st of October, Pluto went direct, and it's been direct since, and it's going to go retrograde again in April 24th, the end of April, and it's going to stay retrograde till the 2nd of October, which means there's going to be a big shift, a big bump in the road. Right around the 24th, 23rd, 24th, 25th, maybe even the 22nd, there's going to be a shift. I'm not sure what kind of shift is going to go on, but there's going to be a definite shift, and it's going to have to do with politics, technology, prison systems, jail systems, emergency systems, anything that's involved that it has to do with Capricorn. Now the thing is that Pluto is in Capricorn, and so is Saturn in Capricorn. And a lot of this stuff that has to do with shutting down the government, guess what? That's where it's coming from. Saturn and Pluto. They're both in Capricorn, and they're both pushing the fears of overcoming fears of in politics, emergency systems, money, jail systems, prison systems, anything that has to do with Capricorn. So we have a transformation and transcendence of overcoming fears differently than we have in the past concerning politics, emergency systems, money, jail systems, and all that stuff, technology. So now Saturn is going to go retrograde on 30th of April, and then Pluto is going to go retrograde on the 24th of April as well, both in April. Now get this, folks. You know, this government shutdown, I hate to say it, but it may stay around. It may stay shut till April. No offense, nothing personal, but it's a good, strong possibility that these people are gonna, take hold the government hostage. I mean, keep the government shut down till April. So I would hang on to your pants. For those of you that are in government positions right now that are not getting paid, you're going to want to sit tight on your budget. You're going to want to be very, very cautious and just really, really budget your money for the next several months, several weeks. Again, it's a good possibility that the government may stay shut down till April. I kid you not. And from what I'm seeing right now, with Saturn going into retrograde on April 30th in Capricorn, and then Pluto going into retrograde on April 24th in Capricorn as well, I think it's going to be a big shift. And I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee 100% there's going to be a big shift in April with politics, with money, with prison systems, jail system. I don't want to say it because I don't approve. When anything has to do with separation, that's not God. God is all about unity, about coming together, about it doesn't have to do with competition. God is not about competition. God is about coming together and exploring oneness with each other. Period. So that's what that's all about. And so the wall is about separation. That's not God talking. That's bullshit ego talking. No offense, nothing personal, Mr. President Trump, but I think you really, really got to smell the coffee. And if you're working with the KKK or whoever, whatever group, then you really need to think about where you want to end up when you die, because the decisions you're making now are going to affect you for the rest of your life, dude. And if they're not good decisions, they're going to affect your family, your friends, and you. And you may not like it. And it's something that you're going to really, really want to think about, because you're going to hate yourself for the rest of your life if you don't make these decisions in a good, professional, correct way. Period. No offense, nothing personal. Now, Neptune. Now, February. I think Neptune was already in 15 degrees, in the middle of its energy. I'm going to check. I think I'm almost 100% sure that Neptune was in 15 degrees. Yeah, it was. It was back in September. Back in May and September, Neptune was in 15 degrees. So it was in the middle of its height. In other words, it was at its climax. No offense, nothing personal, no pun intended, but it was it's the middle of its energy, and it's really, really pushing the paranormal stuff. Come February, it's already doing it now, but it's going to do it very intensely from February 4th through the 2nd of March, almost for a whole month. Neptune is going to be in 15 degrees Pisces, and it's going to be really, really pushing the hospital stuff, the paranormal stuff, anything that has to do with devotion, the churches probably, And maybe the churches are going to step in with this shutdown thing. I don't know. It's a possibility. Maybe the Pope might be stepping in with a shutdown thing. I don't know. But if I was the churches and I was a leader of any church out there that's for the good of mankind, I would I would get prayer circles going like no tomorrow about this shutdown, because it's not going to necessarily be a nice outcome. People may not like it. I don't know. And so if I was you and I was leading the church, I would get prayer circles going like no tomorrow, like yesterday, every day. Yes, I had people praying for this shutdown going on, because this is going to be a big milestone, a big, huge event, situation, history in the story of mankind that's going to go on, and people we can either embrace it and take the bull by the horn and really deal with it in a good, healthy, professional way, or we can blow it off and it's going to deal with us in a good, healthy, professional way. So you take your pick. We can either be victims, or we can be in our power. We can be in our power and take advantage, take control of the situation. There's no reason why we can't, why we shouldn't take control of the situation and be confident that no matter who's in the power, that we the people of the planet are the actual people that are in power, not the people that are the 10% or the president or the leaders. The leaders are just voice boxes for the people, and if they're not going to be collaborating and cooperating with the people, then they need to be taken out of office. They need to step down or be fired and get out of office, because that's not professional, healthy relationships. And that's what we need, good, healthy relationships. If leaders don't want to be in good, healthy relationship with themselves, with each other, then they need to get the fuck out of Dodge and go somewhere else and go play with somebody else, because we as the people have lots to accomplish. We have lots to do. We have lots to really produce and be creative about and supportive of, and there's no reason why we can't appreciate life and what we got going on. And there's no reason why any leader has to throw us off from that. And if that's what a leader's doing, then they need to step down, get out of the way, because that's not what humanity is all about. That's not what we're all about. We're all about being in right action, right conduct, right relationship with each other and with ourselves. That's the bottom line. That's the name of the game. Either get with the program or get out. No pun intended. Nothing personal. So now, this year is going to be a big year for the paranormal. I don't know all the paranormal stuff that's out there, but I can guarantee there's plenty of it out there, and there's lots of it out there. And this is going to be a big year. The Comic-Cons, all the cons, all those conferences, I would jump on one of them and go play and have some fun, because there's going to be some interesting stuff out there, and really out of this world kind of stuff that's out there. So if there's a Comic-Con near you, I would go jump in there and go play in it, or go to a MUFON event, or UFO event, or an alien event, or something, or go research or go study aliens, or go looking for them. You might even find one. Who knows? What the heck? What the hell? Why not? Right? So anyhow, people are going to be very creative with the paranormal stuff going on in hospitals. There's going to be shifting going around, creative stuff going on in hospitals. I was just watching a video. I think it was a video, and this person was saying that Harvard University has big research going on with Reiki and healing and energy work. So I don't know. I think that you call me and talk to me about that, because that's one of the things I do a lot of is energy work and and stuff. Stuff happens. Believe it or not, if enough people, enough of us get together and say love, 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 love every day for even 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day, you would be amazed at the shift that would happen on this planet. People would just be blown away. Just that little simple energy work. Very, very minute. If everybody on this planet would to do that 5 minutes a day, the shift that it would take place on this planet would be out of this world. I kid you not. I guarantee you 100%. Now, let's talk about Uranus. Not my anus, Uranus. But that's the point. Now, Uranus is I think been causing a lot of problems. Now, I take it back. It's possible that shutdown might end at the 1st of March. And again, we're looking at the government shutdown not being ending anytime soon, for a few more weeks, at least to the beginning of March minimum, maybe till April, mid or in April or the end of April. But I don't think it's going to stop. It's going to end until after February. So that's Uranus is in Aries direct from January 6th to March 6th. It went back and it was in now again, for people that don't know anything about the 7-year itch, the 7-year itch has to do with relationships, and typically a couple had one or the other couple members or both have Aries in their chart, and they go through this 7-year itch. Uranus has to do with freedom and rebellion. The less it feels free, the more it rebels, and vice versa. And so it had been in Aries for 7 years, up until May of last year. And then it went retrograde. It went into Taurus for a few months, few weeks, and then it went retrograde, and then up until December of last year, and then until January 5th, and then January 6th it went direct. But in that process, it went into Taurus, and then it went retrograde and went back into Aries, and now it's in Aries direct, and it's going to be in Aries direct till March 6th, which may be some of the energy that's causing the government shutdown as well, on top of that. So there's 3 planets that may be affecting the government shutdown: Pluto, Uranus, and Saturn. And so, and Uranus is really stubborn, especially with Aries. It being in Aries, we're talking about some really stubborn energy, like no tomorrow, like big time. So that Uranus is going to go officially back into Taurus on March 7th, and that may actually shift the shutdown energy, and the government may come back on March 7th or March 6th. I don't know. Possible. I think it's a good possibility. Otherwise, it will stay in shutdown until April, the end of April, 24th, 23rd, 24th, somewhere around there, when Pluto goes retrograde. So I think those 3 planets are causing the government to be shut down, those energies, and then when they shift, one of them or all of them shift, then I think that shutdown is going to end. But again, and well, the nice thing is not going to last for a whole year, but still, even another 4 weeks is still a pretty lengthy time for the government to be shut down. So I think these people, they're at a standstill. They're stalemate. They're taken hostage. I mean, they're being stubborn, but that's besides the point. So so anyhow, Uranus goes into Taurus from March 7th through August August 11th of this month of this year, and then it's going to go retrograde. So a lot of people that have Taurus in their charts are going to be affected by this. There's going to be a lot of shifting around going around, and then in August 12th, it's going to go retrograde. Uranus is going to go retrograde through 10th of January of next year, and that's going to calm things down. That's going to mellow things out for a while until it goes direct again on the 11th of January of next year in Taurus, and then people that have to do that are really grounded, that work with their hands a lot, that work in gardens, that work with the earth, they're gonna be they're not gonna be happy people. I don't think, a lot of them, but unless you're already pretty evolved. If you're pretty evolved, then you know, you supersede all this anyhow, and all this stuff just goes right through you and out the door, and you just keep doing what you're doing. So, and if you're doing what you're doing, and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, so that you can get past this and through this in an easy way, you're doing your meditation, you're doing your spiritual practices, you're doing your prayer, you're doing service, you're doing reading spiritual inspirational works, you're listening to spiritual inspirational music or audios and so forth. So those are the things that will help you get through this easily. Now, another thing that's going to happen next month, so this is going to be interesting to see. There's going to be a lot of friction. Wow. February is going to be a big, huge friction month, period. I'm pretty sure. Because Saturn is going to be in the middle of its energy. Again, it's going to be in its climax, 15 degrees Capricorn, from the 2nd of February through the 2nd of March. A whole month, a whole February month. So for 4 weeks, wow, I don't know what's going to happen, but it could get really, really intense next month. And if that happens, I mean, we're talking about possible National Guard, possible curfews, I mean, all kinds of stuff that we don't even know or think about or thinking about right now. And it could be that easy. And one day we're fine, and the next day we have National Guard out in the front door telling them to stay home or whatever. So I would, if I was you guys, I would go get some provisions, go get some water, some extra food, and just have it on stash just in case something major happens next month, and people really get you know, and if people start to get really out of line and out there, then possibly you might want to just, and you just might, it may not even be the National Guard. You just might want to stay home and not get involved in any of that stuff. And if you're going to do that, then you're going to want to be able to have enough food and water to sustain you, so you don't have to deal with all that crap. So if I was you, I would be getting some stuff going. I would again get some provisions just in case. To last you for 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, or whatever. At least 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So. Now, and again, Saturn is going to be in Capricorn and in its climax from February 2nd through March 2nd, and it can be very, very intense with Saturn let's see, March 6th. We're at March 6th. With Uranus going into Aries and being in Aries and all through February, and then Pluto not going retrograde till April, and then Saturn not going retrograde till April. This could February could be very, very huge month. So now Jupiter. In the meantime, Jupiter steps in and helps heal some of the stuff, helps maintain some healing, some what do I want to say? Some order, I guess, through all this. Jupiter is going to be in its height right now. Which reminds me that tomorrow there's going to be a big red blood eclipse going on tomorrow and Sunday. So I don't know what that means. But if I was you guys, oh wait, not till the 20th, not till Sunday. Sunday. Okay, so good. One of my friends is flying out tomorrow. So oh wait, I think she said the 20th. So I think she did say it. So it's gonna be Sunday. So I hope she's careful, and if you're gonna fly out or do anything major on the 20th and 21st of this month, Sunday and Monday, say a little prayer. Hey God, take care of me and keep me safe throughout this journey. Blah blah blah. It's something very simple. It doesn't have to be major, but take the time to do that, because there have been accidents where nobody on the plane said one prayer, one word about being kept safe or about God protecting them. And everybody got killed on that plane because of that. Not one person took the time to ask for protection. Not one. So don't be stupid. Just be in your power. Be in your power. Be your superhero. Say a little prayer. God keep us safe throughout this journey. Amen. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be extravagant or anything major. So anyhow, Jupiter is in its height, in its climax right now, from the 17th through the 22nd of January through Tuesday of next week, and so it's really pushing its healing energies with Sagittarius, which has to do with business people, with cultures, with doctors, with the health industry, with all kinds of stuff that has to do with Sagittarius. Travel, anybody in the travel business and so forth. Airline stewardesses and airline people. Trains and buses and stuff. So, and then in April, April 10th, Jupiter is going to take a step back, go retrograde till the August 10th for a few months. April, May, June, July, August, 4 months. 4 months, literally 4 months. And it's going to go retrograde and take a break. And then it's going to start working with healing again, helping to heal people in August after August 10th, on the August 11th. So, and then it's going to go back into its height again in this climax in July. And then from July 11th to July 24th. And then it's going to go back in this climax again after August, after it goes retrograde. So retrograde is going to push Sagittarius into this climax again, and then it's going to go direct, and it's going to go back into the climax again, August 30th through the 12th of September, which is going to be nice because it's for my birthday. Woohoo! Woohoo! That's beside the point. So I'm going to have Sagittarius helping to, and with my moon being in Sag and my rising sign being in Sag, that's going to be I think this is going to be a nice birthday for me. I think that this year is going to be a nice year period. I don't know that it's going to be the best years of all, but it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good year regardless of circumstance. Mars is going to be in Aries in its height, in its climax on January 24th in a few days, which is Wednesday of next week, I believe, and then Mars is going to go into Taurus from February 15th through the 21st of March, and then it's going to go into Gemini 1 April through 18 May, and then it's going to go into Cancer 17 May through 1st of July, and then 4th of July for us I think is going to be a lot of mixed energy, a lot of mixed emotions going on. Leo's going to go into Mars is going to go into Leo on July 2nd through August 18th, and then Mars is going to go into Virgo 19th of August through 4th of October, and then Mars is going to go into Libra from the 5th of October to 19th of November, and then into Scorpio from the 20th of November through the 3rd of January. What are you doing? Don't end my video. Cut it out. Venus is going to go into Sagittarius from so it's going to people are probably been joking around lately for the last few weeks from the 8th of January through the 3rd of February, and then people are going to continue to joke around, and then Venus is going to be in Capricorn, and see, there it is again. Venus is going to be in Capricorn from 4th of February through 1st of March. Some more friction going on. Wow. February is going to be huge. So now we got Venus in Capricorn for the almost the entire month of February, and then Venus is going to be in Aquarius from the 2nd of March through 26th of March, and people are going to be really creative with this government shutdown thing. So either it's going to happen right at the beginning of March. What looks like it's probably going to happen in March. The government shutdown is not going to end till March, but people are going to be very creative about it, and they're going to really push to socially as one shut it down. The people are going to come forward and shut down the government. Open up the government again, and whether Trump likes it or not. You got weeks, dude. You think you may think you have a whole year to keep the government shut down? You don't. You got till March to be arrogant and to be an idiot if you want, but you got till March to get it organized, get it together, and figure out a strategy that's going to be helpful and useful for everyone, not just yourself. Period. Not just for the KKK. Period. It's going to be useful for everyone, period. Whatever your strategy is, that's what it's going to have to be. And if you don't do it, you're not going to like what's going to happen in March, because it's going to be taken out of your hand. You're probably going to be kicked out of office if you don't come up with a good, healthy strategy. I can almost guarantee you. You're not going to like it. You really are not. So anyhow, Venus is going to go into Pisces from the 27th of March through the 20th of April, and Venus is going to be in Aries from 21 to April to 15 May. It's going to be in Taurus from 16 May to 9 June. It's going to be in Gemini from the 10 June through the 3rd of July. It's going to be in Cancer from the 4th of July through the 28th of July. In Leo from the 29th of July through the 21st of August. And it's going to be in Virgo from the 22nd of August through the 14th of September. It's going to be in Libra from it's going to be in Virgo from the 22nd through 14th of September. Man, this is going to be a good birthday, I think. I'm pretty sure. So anyhow, Libra is going to be in Libra from the 15th to with my birthday being on September 7th. I didn't even get birthday. With Venus in Virgo, and then Mars is going to be in Virgo, and then Jupiter is going to be in Sagittarius, I believe. Yeah, Sagittarius for my birthday, and it's going to be in the middle of a type. It's really going to be pushing the healing energy on for my birthday. So anyhow, Venus is going to be in Libra from the 15th of September to the 8th of October. From Scorpio, it's going to be in Scorpio from the 9th of October to the 1st of November. In Sagittarius from 2nd November to 26th of November. In Capricorn from the 27th through November, 27th of November through the 20th of December. And then Aquarius from the 21st of December to the 13th of January. So now, again, one of the things that people might want to understand about what's going on with our world, our planet, us, is that we're going to be preparing. We're preparing for March 2023 when Pluto goes into Aquarius. It's going to be a huge month. Huge. I think it's going to be a big party, a big celebration. People are just going to be just amazed. I think people are just going to be amazed. A lot of magic going on, just group effort, group stuff going on. it's going to be huge. So a lot of people are going to be moving in 2022. And I mean, we're talking about the drugs. If you're in the moving business, have storage or something like that, or you drive a truck, you're going to be busy. March and probably already started to kick in, but it's going to get even bigger. It's going to be really, really intense. March in 2022, and then March 2023, it's going to be a big, big party. So that's besides the point. So now, again, this big showdown is going to be what the heck's going on? Well, anyhow, some weird stuff is going on. So anyhow, and from what I see, once we get past this government shutdown in March, probably in March is my guess. I think it's going to get really intense in February, but in March, then the rest of the year, I think is going to be mild. I want to say mild, but maybe not as mild as I'm thinking. But it's going to be relatively mild compared to what it's been for the last few weeks and for the next few weeks. So, and then July, 4th of July is going to be a big holiday celebration. A lot of, I think, probably mixed emotions, mixed feelings, and so forth. And so, we'll see what we'll get there when we get there. But 4th of July is going to be so you're gonna, and you might want to stay home and maintain a low key for 4th of July, and not go out of your way to celebrate too much, because there might be stuff happening that people might just, I don't know, who knows what people are going to want to do, but just maintain a low key for 4th of July. And then after that, I think things are going to be mellow for the rest of the year. And I don't know that there'll be big activity going on even into December and so forth. But then January, come next year, it's going to be a whole different ballgame. Well, maybe not a whole different ballgame, but it's going to be shifting around going on. I'm pretty sure. Anyhow, so what I've decided is I'm going to go ahead and do some reviews. Now, one thing that I watched, believe it or not, I got to go to a concert for New Year's Eve. Oh my God, that was amazing. I was just blown out of this world. Here I am, and I'm thinking, well, it's going to be really low profile, New Year's Eve, and because I did a meditation, and after the meditation, guess what? They came out with Taylor Swift's Reputation Stadium tour. Oh my God! Wow, was I blown away. I mean, that was one way to get the year going out in the right direction. I was just blown away. This person, this woman, this female just doesn't see the amazing. You know, this tour, this concert was out of this world. If you got Netflix and you have that, and I don't know if you like music, I guess, you're probably gonna want to watch this. This was like, and it was just made me think that, you know, India's got their gurus, you know, their saints. Well, you know, people like Taylor Swift are the gurus of the United States, of the people of the United States. You know, and if you think about it, you look at her tour, there's kids there. There's little kids there. Why? Because the parents trust that the concert goers and the concert is going to be safe enough for them to be there. It's not, I mean, she makes, you know, Steve Perry and Pink Floyd, all these people that have done these amazing concerts, look like amateurs. Believe it or not, I was just blown away. I just couldn't believe it. The and you think about it, and she's like the United States version of what a guru is. She comes out and does a form of satsang. She talks to the people, and now that's the other thing about this is that she's had a following since she was a teenager. Since she's had so all these people that are going to these concerts to her concert are they've grown up with her. They've all grown up together, and now she does this final concert in Dallas, Texas. Dallas, Texas, of all places, and these people, I was just so amazed. I was just so blown away, because you could just there was like a level of love that was going on there. There was and she had all these people, the participants had a wristband that was a light that had light on it, some kind of a I don't know LCD or whatever, and you could see all the participants in the whole Coliseum and the whole stadium there. It was just amazing. And then she derived from just about every culture that you can think of in the concert. It was incredible. The backdrops and it was just an incredible theme. Just a dramatized type of concert. There were these drums, like from Hawaii, and then there was these a Shiva. There was a cobra there representing Shiva that was from India, and then they had fire, and if you think about it, they had all the elements of the earth, air, water, fire there. So the stage is a huge altar, and she comes out, and typically if you ever went to go see Sai Baba, he would always sing with his people. He would always sing with the devotees, and if you look, it was almost like kirtan. It was just amazing. You look. They show all these people just singing at the top of the lungs the words of every song that she sang. They were singing every song, and if you listen intently, you could hear them in the background. You can hear them singing the song in the background of whatever song she was singing. It was just amazing. I was just blown away. I just couldn't believe it, and it was just breathtaking, And what do I want to say? It was. If you get a chance to go see it, I would go see it. I'd go check it out. In fact, I think if I get a chance, I'm going to go buy the concert, go buy the DVD, and have it on hand for later to watch later. But I've already watched it like 2 or 3 times, and it's just there's so much in that whole concert. And I think if you watch it 20 times, you would still miss stuff that you hadn't seen before. So it's just an amazing concert. Blows me away. So anyhow, again, Taylor Swift coming out with Reputation, just the pyrotechnics and the laser shows and everything, it's just out of this world. So anyhow, the next one to talk about, 2-night stand. Oh, the 2-night stand with wait, no, you can't do that. Oh, anyhow, well, here we'll go no, I don't want to do that. So, oh my God. Oh wait, I do have it. Hang on. Time out. I decided I want to be a little bit more prepared for doing these reviews of these shows and these movies and so forth. And so that way people that go watch them can get a little bit better understanding and be able to focus on what it is that they want to watch it for. So anyhow, I watched since I talked to you last, and I guess it's been a couple of weeks because I watched a lot of movies since then. But let's see here. Oh yeah, here we go. Miles Teller and Annalee Tipton were in this movie. Aloha. What does that mean? Really? Really? Fucking hell no way. So anyhow, I don't know. Some idiot, Janelle, just come up with some stupid comment. But anyhow, with Miles Teller and Annalee Tipton, they somehow they go out and get drunk and they have a one-night stand, and then they get snowed in and they end up having to have a two-night stand. So and not that they're happy, but the whole storyline takes place, and actually they really get real with each other in terms of talking to each other about what's going on and themselves and so forth. So it was really interesting and really intimate, and I thought it was 2 thumbs up that they decided to make the most of their situation and really connect with each other, and really put themselves out there and take a risk at being vulnerable and really talking about themselves and to each other. So that was really interesting. And then the next movie, The Big Sick. I don't know if you've watched that movie or not. It was actually pretty popular. Kumail Nanjiani and Zoe Kazan. I don't know if you have pronounced your name right, Kumail, but anyhow, that was actually, I believe, based on a true story. Kumail actually wrote the movie, the screenwrite for the movie, and then it was based on his life. It was really interesting. Again, these people were making a connection. It was really a fun movie. It got serious at times, but it was also funny, and people were really connecting with each other and allowing themselves to show the vulnerability because of what's her name, Zoe gets sick in the movie and all this stuff happened and blah blah blah. But I'm not gonna tell you everything, so it'll still be a surprise to you. But anyhow, it was a fun movie to watch. I recommend all these movies, the concert. I recommend to you if you don't have anything else better else to do, or if you really want to sit at home and eat some popcorn and watch a movie. So anyhow, the next movie that I want to talk about, Monster Law. Oh my God, that was funny. That was a good part for J-Lo. Oh my God, and also even Jane Fonda. That was were good parts for them. And again, at the end, they're able to connect and resolve their differences and what would you say? Draw a line and just come to an understanding and move on and move forward. So for the sake of everybody involved and not just for each other. So I thought that was the ending was pretty well done. I really liked it. So now the next things that I want to talk about have to do with filmmaking. I got a membership to masterclass.com, and there they have all these people that teach all these different classes: comedy, acting, screenwriting, playing tennis. I mean, some other weird stuff. But the ones that I found out that last Sunday was my last day, or last Monday was my last day for the membership. because you can only you buy the membership and then you have a whole year to watch whatever you want. So I said, oh man, so I crammed, just like a college course. I crammed for the final 3-4 days, and I did. I watched three actually about 4 lesson plans. One with Martin Scorsese. Yeah, I think it's Scorsese. Anyhow, who teaches filmmaking, and this guy's been around a lot. I mean, he's been around through all the transformation of filmmaking since back in the 50s, maybe 60s, and so he knows. I mean, if this guy has a wealth of information, and these guys. Now the thing is that these people, except maybe Helen, what's her name, Helen Mirren. I think she had notes, but I watched this filmmaking by Martin Scorsese, and then Ron Howard, him teaching directing, and both of them. I mean, they've been in the business for so long. They didn't need notes. They knew exactly what they needed to talk about. All the stuff they needed to talk about. They talked, and they did. Martin just put the stories out there. I mean, this guy knew everything that had to do with everything about filmmaking. Everything. And now the thing about filmmaking that I really discovered. Even with Helen Mirren, is that you can't do filmmaking by yourself. I mean, even if you're an actor, you can't do that by yourself. Hello, I'm here for the couch option. Okay, aloha Mark, and aloha Aaron. Thanks for stopping by. I'm talking about filmmaking right now. I'm here for the couch auction. Okay, sure, why not? Do I hear one snooze? Where is the couch? Right. I hear you. So anyhow, the Martin Scorsese, I did his lesson plan, and this guy knew everything you needed to do to do a movie. Are you actually from Hawaii, or are you just wearing? Why would it be a dumb shirt? Why do you want to be rude? So I can kick you out. That's if you really want to go that route, but that's beside the point. But I'm from Hawaii, from another life, if you want, but that's beside the point. So anyhow, Martin talks. I mean, he knows everything that needs to happen to make a really good movie, and he did. I think what was the Godfather. Goodfellas. Oh, he talked about Goodfellas quite a bit, and and he worked with what's that? Oh man, the guy from Goodfellas. I can't remember. But anyhow, he's been in the business and he's been around. Yeah, everybody that's anybody in the business, he's one of them, right? And so he now and again, what I learned about all these guys is that you can't do a movie by yourself. I mean, you can, but if you want to make an award-winning movie, you need a team, right, Aaron? If you want to be successful and you want to do something that's amazing, you need a team. You need to work with a team, just like a Mahatma. If you want to be uphold an Earth, a planet, or a sun, or a solar system, or a galaxy, you need to work with a team. You need to come together with millions and millions of other beings and be one and uphold that planet, uphold that solar system, uphold that sun, uphold that galaxy, or whatever. So same thing with the filmmaking, and that's what I tell people when you start working with soulmates and twin flames and other beings that you're ripped out of the same cloth with. You start working on projects together. You start working as a group, as a team, and doing whatever. And filmmaking is absolutely part of that process. It can easily be a Mahatma making a movie that's award-winning, that's out of this world, that's like Avatar or whatever. So it's like that. And so and even though Martin Scorsese didn't and I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Martin, but not. But anyhow, I apologize. But if you want to work with, and make a good movie, you're gonna have to trust your people, and they're gonna have to trust you, and that they know what you're doing, that they know that you're a visionary, and that's the other thing about movie makers is that they're all visionaries, they're all channels, just like Taylor Swift. If you listen to Shake It Off, that song, it was I had over 2.7 billion listens, views of that video. I just couldn't believe it on YouTube. It was out of this world. But if you look at and listen to the words of that song, she talks about she's got music in her head. What does that mean? Where's that music coming from? She's channeling that energy. She's channeling that music. She's an open vessel for music to come in, and the beings that work with music, that do music, they're coming in and putting that music in her head, and she's channeling it. So a lot of the songs that she's putting out there are channeled songs, believe it or not. People may not understand it, and she may not even understand it, but they're channeling it. Just like the films, the people see visions. They see visions. They see pictures of stuff, of a movie, of something they want to put out there, and they see it, and they have to produce it. They have to put it out there. So they do everything in their might, in their power, to put that movie out there, that documentary out there, whatever, and they're channeling it. So if you're a visionary, number one, chances are you're a psychic medium. You channel the stuff that you work with, that you're doing, the visions that you're getting, the visions that you're hearing, the channeling that you're hearing. So it's like that. So if you are a visionary, chances are you're a psychic medium, and you're a voice box for the world, for the music industry, for the film industry, for whatever, for whoever. So it's like that. So and again, Taylor Swift sings it in her song. She says it in her song. Shake It Off. I got music in my head. So that tells me she's channeling that music, and I almost know 100% for sure that she is. So that's because. So anyhow, Ron Howard, he starts talking about directing, and then all of a sudden he starts going into directing the script, and you see this guy working, like you can see the lights just go on, and he's just going off, man, and you just know he knows what the hell he's doing, because this guy just has all this different stuff, these other visions, the angle of the camera, the audio, the acting, the directing. I mean, all this stuff. He's like, it's like being a teacher. If you're a teacher, you make a million decisions every day when you go to teach your class. There's a million decisions you have to make as a teacher, and so it's just like that. He's just sitting there going off and going, and like. He knows his stuff, because now and the way a master from an amateur or a neophyte is because a master has a lot more troubleshooting skills than a neophyte or an amateur. Amateurs don't know how to solve problems in whatever it is they're doing a lot of times, or they may know a few ways to solve problems, and that's about it. But a master knows how to solve just about everything you can think of. Any problem comes up at all, they know how to troubleshoot. That's the difference between a master and a neophyte. That's beside the point. So anyhow, and then Helen Mirren, she comes in and talks about acting, and she's been around. She's never taken an acting class ever in her life, and yet she's worth what, $50 million or something like that. And if you go and research actors, a lot of the popular ones, every one of them, pretty much, I can almost guarantee you about 90, 95, 99% of every actor out there that's really popular, they're worth millions, at least $1 million, $1 million. So there's a lot of there's money to be made in acting, and believe it or not, if you ever thought about doing that and you really want to do it, I guarantee you're going to make some money. But that's besides the point. Now, A Private Life with Paul Giamatti and Catherine Hahn. This movie was about a couple getting pregnant, and you see the real horrors and the real energy and the real effort that these people go through to have a kid, and before they even think about adopting, and we're not even talking about adopting yet. And so they go through, and the people, and there's lots of couples out there that go through similar stuff or the same stuff, and you really see what effort they're doing to become a parent, and it's really challenging for them, and it really makes you want to empathize with them, because the stuff that you have to go through is just so out of this world. It's just out of it. So anyhow, if you've been having a kid, or been trying to have a kid, or want to have kids, or whatever, that might be a movie you might want to watch. So anyhow, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That was a movie I hadn't watched yet. I didn't realize there were so many different Indiana Jones movies. There's 4 of them out there, and they're getting ready to come out with a 5th one. So now the interesting thing about this movie is that the skull, the crystal skull, they finally put back to where it was supposed to go to, was an alien skull. And before I don't know that they actually said it in the movie. I think they did, but if you look at the skull, it's elongated, and which means that it's not a human being. It's an alien skull. So I thought that was really interesting, and I went and researched the skulls of the crystal skulls, and there are some alien skulls out there. So, and again, they're getting ready to come out with the Indiana Jones number 5 in 2021, I believe. They somehow I found that information. Now, It Takes Two is kind of an older movie with it's 1995. The Olsen twins, Mary Kate and Ashley, and then Kirstie Alley and Steve Guttenberg. That was a really fun movie to watch. It was really funny. The twins, the twins had already been doing Full House for a while prior to this movie, and so their acting skills were a whole lot better from probably when they began. So anyhow, it was really interesting to watch watch that movie. It was just a fun movie, just easygoing. What a ripoff! You're from the mainland. I guess she's not happy with herself. Aaron, you're not happy with yourself, honey. You really need to grow up and get a life. You really do. But you see, take your shirt off and prove to us you're Hawaiian. All Hawaiians have third. Mark, I don't know what planet you come from, but maybe you're an alien. I don't know. Are you a Mormon or something? I don't know. Erin is I think she must be having problems with her boyfriend or something like that. That's probably what it sounds. Maybe she hasn't got laid in a while. Who knows? How many wives do you have? I have millions and billions of wives, Mark. What island do you live on if you're from Hawaii? Aaron, see, what you don't understand, you're a real idiot for number one. I was Hawaiian in another lifetime. Big tall guy by the name of Kapanali, part of the Li'i, part of the royalty that used to live there years and years ago. And this one woman said 7'1" was actually kind of short for people. My name was Kapanali, and I went and lived on Maui for about 7.5 months, and I got to experience everything there. Everything you can do there, all the snorkeling trips, bicycling trips, helicopter rides, luau's, dinner cruises, everything you can do there, I did inside 7.5 months. I gained about 55 pounds, and then I finally came back. So, Aaron, if you're jealous because you don't understand what my life is about, that's your problem, not mine. Shows your feet. I bet you're wearing sandals. No, I'm not wearing any shoes at all, Mark. There you go, Cupcake. Taylor Swift is not a Jew. So who cares? So what? Maybe she was a Jew in another lifetime. Get with the program, Aaron. What the hell? That means she's using earphones. Who's using earphones? Who cares if anybody's using earphones? So what? Grow up already. You guys are venting at me because you have problems in your own life, and you want to just dump it all on me. So get over it. I bet she has AirPods. You mean iPods? Duh. Okay. Can I please see your butt? But now she's getting really kinky. But that's the point. Anyhow, Lian, thanks for stopping by. So anyhow, I'm gonna keep going here now. It Takes Two with the twins, and that was actually a good movie for Kirstie Alley. That was when she really looked good, and then she started gaining all that weight. And then The Last Laugh. Who was in The Last Laugh? I can't remember. Chevy Chase and Richard Dreyfuss and Andy McDowell. If you're an older person, especially, or if you got a grandmother or grandfather, whatever, and you want to see what it's looking like for them as they get older, or you're getting older, that's a great movie to watch. It was a really good movie. It was fun, and it was entertaining. And then the ending, even though it was actually a good ending, I didn't like it, but it was actually a good ending. So it was very interesting. So if you want to get out and see a movie for old fogies, then that would be a good movie to watch. And then Life Itself with Oscar Isaac, Olivia Wilde, Antonio Banderas, and Annette Bening. Now, this movie I think the phrase, let me see, how is it? What goes around comes around. No, everything goes full circle. I think is a good phrase for it. And so if you it's just interesting how it starts out with one couple, and then it ends up with another couple, and again, everything, it goes full circle. It's kind of what this movie's all about, and so that it's interesting. I think maybe there's a couple of cheesy parts in it, but for the most part, it was interesting, and it was kind of hard to follow in a way. It was a bit confusing, but when once it came around to the full circle, then you understood what was going on. So it was kind of interesting. Now the interview. Oh my God. 2014. James Franco, Seth Rogen, Lizzie Kaplan, Randall Park, and Diana Banks. I don't know if you watched any of this during 2014 when they came out with this movie, but there was a big whole hoopla about this with the guy from North Korea not wanting it put out there. He was pissed off. And I don't know that this movie actually showed was genuine and real according to what he believed in. This guy from North Korea, or if it was I don't know how accurate it was to his persona, but in a way I could see why he wouldn't want it out there. But then again, if he's a bully, if he was being if he's a real asshole, then probably maybe he might want to let people know that he's trainable, that he's capable of being cooperative and working with other leaders, and that's inevitably what the movie ended up portraying. That this guy, even though he had one side to him, there was another side to him that was not very nice, and in the end, then he that he gets killed because of his arrogance. And so, is that going to happen to this guy in North Korea? I don't know. I don't know his future. Am I psychic? Well, yeah, on various levels. But do I need to or want to tap into what his future is? Even if I did, his future could change tomorrow. Something could change tomorrow, and it wouldn't be the same thing anyhow. So I hear what this guy's saying from North Korea, but if he's not with the program, he's not being professional, he's not being right action, right content, right relationship, then maybe he needs to look at that movie and look at himself and get his head out of his ass and really look at what needs to be done for his country, for his people, because he's there for his people, not for himself. If he thinks he's there for himself, he really has a wrong picture of what really needs to happen in his life and his country. So maybe he really does need to look for him. Anyhow, they did. They released this movie anyhow. They tried to ban it and they couldn't, and it got put out there anyhow. And it was pretty funny. It was interesting, and the outcome maybe they could have done a better job with the ending, but it is what it is. So that's what it worked out. And then The Last Castle with Robert Redford, James Gandolfini, and Mark Ruffalo, who's been in a lot of movies. That was 2001. That was an older movie, but it was interesting at what a prison system looks like for the military versus the general populace. Anyhow, it was interesting how this guy, a commander or whatever, and then all of a sudden he comes in, takes over the prison, and but this guy that's running the prison, this commander's running prison, he's bullying people, killing people, and all kinds of stuff. So the end result was that guy, I think, got his karma, and maybe the commander that was in prison got his karma too, but either way, it all worked out. So anyhow, if you like, you're into military movies or whatever, then or you're military or whatever, then that might be a good movie to watch. Now there's these other movies that I watched, and they were really cheesy. Either the acting, the writing, the content, the plot. I mean, or all the above. They were just lame to some aspect or another. LOL, lots of laughs about this girl that's on the computer, and she's doing something with social media. It was lame. And then Guardians English dub. I think it was about these. No, These Girls was about these girls. I don't know, some fantasy with some married guy, and they're young girls, high school girls, and so they're promoting statutory rape or whatever. So to me that's bullshit. People shouldn't even make movies like that anymore. It's just that's not how this planet operates. Period. And so especially with the Me Too stuff, they really need to eliminate those types of movies. I can't. Anyhow, Guardians of English dub, Lady Bird, These Girls, Stormagedon, Come Sunday, The First Light, Lionheart, Miami Vice, all those movies. You can look them up for yourself if you want. And to me, they're not even worth talking about. I'll mention them because I did watch them, and I didn't think they were definitely not Academy Award winning movies at all. But anyhow, they can stand for some improvement without a doubt. So that's fun. So anyhow, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. If you want a reading or a Reiki session or some clearings or whatever, you can give me a holler, connect with me, and then confirm a session, and then we'll set you up, and then we'll schedule one and then go from there. Are you actually from Hawaii, or are you just wearing that dumb shirt? Really? Yeah, Aaron, you really need to get a life, honey, because obviously you got nothing better else to do. I mean, really? And then she asked me if I could, I will show her my butthole. Oh man, you're a weird person, lady. That's beside the point. So anyhow, I think that's it for now. I'm not sure. Is that it? Well, let me look at the rest of my notes. There was some interesting information that came through. Gail Thackray just came out with a book called Running with the Wolves or something like that. And I think she still has her Reiki course available, like for, I can't remember, 40 bucks, 20 bucks. I don't know what I paid for that course, but it was the whole Reiki program for like a pretty good price. So anyhow, again, if you get a chance to go, now, what do you think? I'm thinking that I want to go ahead and do some predictions here on Facebook Live. And if you think you're interested in doing that, or me coming out and doing that, I don't know, just give me a high five or something, and then we'll go from there. So I want to thank all of you for stopping by, and even though a couple of you were pretty rude and obnoxious, and I'm probably going to kick you out, but that's one. I want to thank all of you for stopping by. Have a God-guided weekend. Be the love you are, always have been, and always will be. Aloha.